अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। तमेव माता च पिता तमेव बन्धु च सखा तमेव विद्या द्रविणं तमेव सर्वं मम देव वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालां पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। Hare Krishna. Some of you chanted with me. Thank you very much. These are famous Guru Stotram. And before we say anything, before we utter any word, we truly recognize that all of that is by the mercy of our Guru. And without his mercy, nothing is possible. In the devotional life, spiritual life, I can tell you that anyone who wants to be serious, anyone who wants to go further, he has to depend on his Guru. So we recite these verses. There are actually quite a lot of verses in this stotram. I just memorized few, which I recite every morning in my prayers. And then the next few prayers that I recited was from Gita Stotram, and that Swami Madhusudan Saraswati wrote, and those are glorifying Bhagavad Gita. And all of the characters that are within Bhagavad Gita. Gita itself, then the greatest character in Gita is Bhagavan Krishna, so he's glorifying him. And then he's saying that just like a lame man, he can climb a mountain. A man who does not know how to speak can speak eloquently if Bhagavan Krishna is merciful to him. So he's glorifying him. Today we will look at one shlok from Bhagavad Gita. You have about 30-40 minutes with me. So we will, the way we will do is we will recite that shlok together, and Prabhuji is there. He will display on the screen, which is already here. And after we have done the recitation, then I will share a few thoughts with you of what I understand from that particular shlok. And then if you have any questions and answers, we can do a few of them. And after that is Prabhupada's famous Sunday feast that we will all enjoy. And today will be Ekadashi Prasadam, so we will enjoy Ekadashi Prasadam today. So let's chant this shlok together in front of you. Let me just pull out my Bhagavad Gita. So we will chant this shlok, and this shlok happens in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It's the 7th shlok. I'll talk about its context also in a while. But let's chant this together. So please repeat after me. Tasmad sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya cha maya arpita mano buddhir mam ivashyasi asamshayam tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamu anusmara yudhya cha maya arpita mano buddhir mamu ivashyasi asamshayam. Thank you. I will read now the word-to-word meaning and translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu, at all, kaleshu, times, mam, me, anusmara, go on remembering, yudhya, fight, che, also, mayi, unto me, arpita, surrendering, manaha, mind, buddhihi, intellect, mama, unto me, eva, surely, avashyasi, you will attain a samashayam, beyond a doubt. Therefore, O Arjun, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me, and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. So, this is a very famous shlok in Bhagavad Gita. And let me give you a little bit of context to it. Bhagavad Gita, as Shri Prabhu was just mentioning, is part of Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, there are 100,000 shlok, 200,000 lines, about 1.8 million words. And in the Western world, we know the Homer's two books, Iliad and Odyssey. Combine them together, multiply them 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, all the way until 10 times. Even then, you will not reach the length of Sri Mahabharata. So this is where this episode occurs of Bhagavad Gita. And so these are 700 shloks within a 1,100,000 shlok book called Mahabharata. Perhaps the greatest, longest book written ever in the history of humankind. So Srila Vyasadeva, he wrote down these 100,000 shloks, and within that he's narrating this incident that is within the battlefield where Arjuna, who is bewildered as to what his duty is being instructed by his guru, Shri Krishna, who is present here. So this is the context of Bhagavad Gita. This particular shlok is actually an answer to a question that Arjuna has raised in the 7th chapter. 7th chapter, Krishna mentions few things to him, few technical terms that he should have known because of the Vedic wisdom that was prevalent at the time. But for some reason, he didn't understand them. So he asked Bhagavan Krishna 7 questions. What is this? What is that? Who are you? Who I am? Who is Adibhuta? Who was Dev? All the technical terms he's asking. And the 7th shlok was asking, hey Krishna, how can I know you at the time of my death? At the time of my departure from this mortal world, you said you should know me, but how shall I know you? So Krishna is trying to answer that question, and please realize that it is not just at the time of death, because many of us, we sort of traditionally think, we have been trained in our mind to think that death is so far away, why should I bother? But as you will see, the way the words that he's using, they are applicable not just for that final moment. They are applicable for every moment of our lives. So this is the context of this particular shlok. As you see, it starts from the word tasmat. And anytime Krishna uses the word tasmat in Bhagavad Gita, 7 times he uses that word. And every time he uses that word, there is instruction. There is a method that he is prescribing. So later further down in the 11th chapter, one of the very famous shlok is Tasmat tum uttishta bharat. Hey Arjun, get up. And all these riches of this world, all this kingdom that is flourishing, it is for you. So therefore, get up, do something, fight. So like this 7 times, Krishna starts his conversation with this word. It also is a summary. He has discussed something, now he wants Arjun to do something. And not only to Arjun, but to us also. So here, he's starting with this instruction, Tasmat, do the following. So what is that following he needs to do? So he starts by saying, Yudhya. The literal meaning of Yudhya is fight. So one time I was giving a class here, I think a year ago, and I started talking a little bit about the context of Bhagavad Gita as being in a battlefield. And one of the questions I got is, what is the rationale for battle? So this time I thought I will not talk about battle, but rather talk about Mahabharata itself. So Yudhya does not mean something in which you take a gun, you take a bow and arrow and go out and fight your enemy. Yudhya here, the word that Krishna is using is a cryptic word, symbolic word, meaning it has much more to it than just the way it is being translated, the way we understand. For Arjun, obviously, it was fight. For us, probably not fighting in the sense that we understand. In the Vedic system, human life is divided into 16 parts. 4 parts related to your occupation, 4 parts related to our stage in life. So my occupation could be, I may be a teacher, I'm somebody who gives knowledge to the society, I'm an administrator who knows how to manage the affairs of the society. I may be a businessman, I know how to generate money, and because of the money, everything runs in the world. And lastly, I may be just somebody who can do some service and make the society run properly. So 4 divisions there. Then the 4 stages of life. My first one is, I'm a brahmachari. I'm somebody who is studying something. Traditionally, it meant studying Vedic scriptures. But also, all other occupations also spend some time. If I'm a businessman, I'm a son of a businessman, I learn how to do proper business, ethically. And if I am an administrator, I learn how to do management of the society properly without being attached to it. So that was the first stage of life. Then second stage is, once I have the knowledge, I become a grihastha. I become a householder. And I was just reading a beautiful website has been launched by some devotees. And in that, all of the life of Prabhupada is being captured. Vani quotes. And 23 was Prabhupada when he got married. He got his BA degree from one of the prestigious colleges in Kolkata. Then 23, he got married. And for good 33 years, he was a householder. He was not any sannyasi. He was not any full-time devotee of any temple. Just managing his family, his wife, his children. He ran a very, very successful business in India in pharmacy. And all of those letters, how he used to write, where he used to write, all of that is there in those letters. So that's the second stage, that I become a householder. I raise children, I contribute to the society through that way. Then once I have done that, then I have become what is called a detached ashram, in which I'm starting to draw myself away from all this that I have been doing. And in doing that, I am defining myself much beyond me and my family. So that is the third stage. I realize all of this that I have accumulated, all of the knowledge that I have gained may not be so much of use. Or even if it is of use, it may not be just limited to me and my family. There are much more need for it outside of these two. So that is the third stage, detachment. And then finally, once he passes 75, he becomes a renunciant. At that stage, many of them took sannyas. And they just left everything, and 100% of the time, they were chanting Hare Krishna. So these are 16 divisions of human life that the Vedas have seen and prescribed. In each one, there is a fight. The fight is not just for Kshatriya in a battlefield. Fight is for all of us in all of the stages of life we may be passing through. If I'm a student, there is a fight for me. I have to study hard, make sure I get good grades, make sure I pass my tests, make sure I get into the professions that I wish to pursue, and then be successful in that profession. So there is a fight for me there. If I am a businessman, then there is a fight for me. How to do my business ethically, not the way we do in the Wall Street. Few people get rich, all of us become poor. So all of these 16 parts of our human life, the Vedas had said there is a fight for us. And that fight is Krishna, what he is talking about for us. Because Bhagavad Gita is not just a historical account. It's not just talking about something happened, we learned about history, finished, put it on the bookshelf. But it is something that is applicable to us every moment, every stage, every occupation, every division of our life. So that's what Krishna means by Yudhya, fight, be prepared, do the best you can. But how do we do it? So the first one is, Krishna is saying, Mama Anusmar Yudhya. Now, Anusmar in Sanskrit is a very peculiar word, and it's not the way we typically understand. Ismaranam is remembering something. Like say, you have a friend, the friend came to you one day in the morning and said, my friend, I need $1,000 from you, because I'm suddenly in a crisis, and I need $1,000 from you. So that particular occurrence is not Ismaranam at all. That is the first time that you have witnessed something. Your friend has witnessed something, you have witnessed something. You come to know about it. And in Vedic scripture it's called bodhaha, that you suddenly become aware of something, some person, some event. Now from bodhaha, knowledge is smaranam. Then you remember what you have learned previously. Smaranam is not something new. You have witnessed something, you have known about a person. Now you can remember what you have witnessed before. So that is smaranam. And beyond that, what Krishna is using the word is anusmaranam. What is anusmaranam? Anusmaranam is beyond. And that is all the time. All the time. Not just once. And in the example that I quoted, they gave you, you have given $1,000 to your friend, and the friend has promised next month, or first of the month, I will come, return back your $1,000. Now you are constantly, every day, remembering, yes, this friend of mine took $1,000, he's going to come on that day, and he's going to return my money. Repeatedly remembering something is anusmarana. So that's what Krishna is saying, anusmarana. Mama anusmar. Remember me constantly, repeatedly, always. Just like these days on the internet, there are many sites where you can listen to songs or bhajans for that matter. And there is a thing called looping a song. You loop a song, what happens? That song constantly keeps playing back. 3-minute song is over, again it backs to the beginning. Again, and again. Until you stop that application, it will repeat itself. That's what Krishna means. Anusmaranam. Always repeatedly remember me. How? Maya arpit. Maya simply means to me. Arpit means devoted to me. Maya arpit buddhihi manaha. So first is manaha. Arpit to me manaha. Direct to me your mana. What is mana? Mana in our Vedic understanding is a faculty where we have a lot of emotions that come. So you hate someone, that is in your man. You love something, that is in your man. So that faculty of a human anatomy in which all the emotions constantly, all the thoughts constantly arise, that is mana. And one thing we should realize is that mana, when we do an activity, our mana is not 100% there in that activity. You can always go back in your mind and think about an activity you were doing. Were your mana, mind 100% in that activity? Most of the time it is not. We will have doubts. Why should I do it? Who is this person who told me to do it? I am my own boss. Whether I will be successful, whether I will fail. So the mana is not 100% there in any activity. But what is Krishna saying? Remove that and put me in that place. All of the activities that you're doing, arpit your mana to me. Put me in your mana. So instead of doubts, instead of questions, put me in there. Maya arpit, manaha. Then the next one he's saying is buddhihi. Again, a separate faculty. Buddhi is not the intelligence. Many people sort of confuse the two terms. Intelligence is something we gather from external agencies. We go to the college, we get intelligence. We study books, we get intelligence. People who are my students, they learn my lectures, they got intelligence. Intelligence is all external. You get from external sources. However, what being used is here is buddhihi means the power of discrimination, the sense of knowing what is right, what is wrong, what to do, what not to do, where to go, where not to go, so that you could have gone to watch a game today. Rather, the buddhihi said, better let me go to the temple and see the deities associated with devotees, listen to lecture, and then take prasad. That's where the buddhi comes. So Krishna is saying, put me in that buddhi, in that faculty of your body. Put me in your buddhi. Surrender your buddhi to me. Put me in there. And then what will happen? You will make the right decision. Because I am there. I know present, future, past. I will help you make the right decision. So, maya arpita manaha, maya arpita buddhihi. Then, if you do the following, Krishna is promising a result. In fact, many of the things we do in, say, ISKCON or Vedic life, there is a result associated with it. And Vedas says, no man ever does anything without expecting a result. Everybody expects something. If I come to temple, what will I get? Maybe if nothing, or at least I'll get good feast. Or so the man has a nature. And man doesn't mean a man, male. Man means the humankind. Humankind has a tendency to expect certain result. And that's why, say, we recite Vishnu Stotram. And at the end, there is a phalam given. If you do this on, say, Ekadashi, if you do the following on Purnima or Amavasya, you will get the following result. So Krishna here is also giving a result, a phal to Arjuna. Mam eveshasiya samshayam. For sure you will come to me. For sure you will obtain me. For sure you will be successful because you will obtain me, because you will put everything, your mind into me, your intelligence into me, your physical body in fighting, in doing the action in me, you will be successful. So this is what this shlok means, that in our lives, no matter what stage of life we are, no matter what occupation we are undertaking, if we put Krishna in that position, we will be successful. And for us, those who come to ISKCON, it is not very difficult. Srila Prabhupada, he spent so much of his energy. He was 70 years old when he founded this institution. At that 70 years of age, many of us feel like just taking it easy. But he traveled oceans, came here to the West, started this institution so that all of us can benefit. And his formula is actually very simple. His formula is not complicated. You don't have to sit and do dhyanam for hours and do some exercises which are so difficult for you to anyway. Very simple formula. The first is chanting the mantra. If you chant the mantra constantly, you don't have to sort of make, like I have to chant 16 rounds, I have to do so many rounds. There's probably no need in the beginning. If you only do chanting just for some time, whatever time you have, you're very busy, 5 minutes. Little more time, 10 minutes. Even more time, 15 minutes. Once you're a little more into it, you sort of feel the taste of it, do half an hour. When to do it? If you can do in the Mangal Muhurat, 4 o'clock in the morning, ideal. If you cannot do, whenever you get up, whenever you have time, you are in the bus, you are waiting for a train, you are waiting for your class to start, you can chant. Just for 5 minutes, close your eyes, put your mind into Krishna's feet, recite his name. Very simple formula Prabhupada has given us. Any stage of life, any time of our day, we can do that. And like I said, although there are regulations of how to do this, how not to do it, none of that applies. Prabhupada has made so simple. Any stage, any occupation, any moment, you have some time, instead of opening your smartphone and figuring out what's happening in the world, probably 99.99% of them doesn't apply to you anyway. It's a waste of time, and they get dollars out of you, they become billionaires, while you remain as poor as you are. Instead of wasting your time there, just chant. Just chant the name of Krishna. Your day, your activity to which you were just going to go will be very successful. Your mind will be settled, intelligence will know, the intellect will know what is to do, what is not to do, where to spend your time, energy, where not to spend, where it is waste of time and where it is productive time. Even in your karmic duties, the thing with Gita is not for a devotee. Devotee already knows Krishna is God. He knows, he has read Gita. But it is for all of the other like us, who are just mundane individuals living in a mundane world. Day begins, day starts, day ends. Same routine every day. You have to do your job, earn some money, take care of the family, earn your meals, do some seva. So on all of that, Gita applies. So the Gita is for all of us. It is what many people say, Prabhupada said, it is the instruction manual for us, for every human being. It is non-sectarian. Doesn't apply to just Hindus, ISKCONites, or anyone, or Bhagavats, or Vaishnavas. For everyone, Krishna's instruction is, in your man, put me, put God. In your intellect, put me. Stand up, do your activity. Stand up, do your duty. Whether your duty is to, whatever is your duty. You are a student, your duty is to study. You are a businessman, you have to earn money. or you are, whatever you are, stand up and do your activity just like he was telling Arjun. Stand up, do it. And the way you do it is Anusmaranam, remember me constantly, and Maya Arpit. Everything that you do, devote it to me, surrender to me. We do that, our life will be successful. Thank you very much. If I can answer any questions, I'll be more than happy to do that. Yes, Prabhuji. Say it again, why should I try that? Okay. 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 Yes, very good point. Prabhupada, when he on his commentary on this one is very brief, but some of the parts of it he quotes very much. So he's saying, Yudhya, he repeats it many times. I couldn't even count how many times he said. He's saying, although everything is pre-planned, although there is God who is manifesting, who is maintaining, who is sustaining, who is ultimately will clean up this world, he is there. But it doesn't mean I should just sit and sleep in the bed. I need to get up. While the God is there to manage it, I am also here to do something. So I should not be a tamasic person. Tamasic person, I've been almost several parts of the world as the government advisor. Many parts of the world, people are very tamasic. They don't want to do anything. They have a book, they have a shop, you go to their shop and say, ma'am, sir, what is the price of this? And they will look at you as who the hell are you? Why you come? So that is not what Krishna talks about. Krishna is not saying, hey Arjun, you relax, you are sitting, keep sitting. I can kill all these people in a second. But Krishna is telling Arjun, you got training, you got all this experience, use it, kill these people. And for sure, I will give you the result. So, Prabhuji, that is the way it should be. That is our philosophy. Who? Yeah, terrorist. So what is the question there? They are doing the job, but if you are an administrator, if you know how to manage the society, and just like in Mahabharat's time, many terrorists were there. Krishna just didn't say, well, just let them do what they're doing. They will be fine. Eventually they will give up and we will be all peaceful. No. Get up, kill. He killed his own relative, Kansa, because of his terror. So, if there is disturbance in the society, the way Prabhupada puts it in many places, disturbance in the society, it is for the administrators to take care of it. Anyone else? Yes. Yes, very good question. Very long question. But in a nutshell, what is the purpose of, you're asking, human life? Right, yeah. So, let me, because we do have some time, what is the purpose of human life? Now, if in the scriptures, they analyze human life, non-human life. They put the two, and they are just like you sort of comparing two. They are comparing the two. They're saying, they looked at everything, and they are saying, all of the living beings have four things in common. All of living beings, meaning your dog, the cat, maybe a horse, donkey, whatever, an ant, bird, four things are common. And what are those? Number one is everybody is born. Number two is everybody needs some entertainment. Number three is eventually everybody dies. So all of these things are very common in everyone. You see a dog, dogs takes birth, the body grows, dogs look for food. Dogs, once the food he gets, then at times he needs association of the other dog. He procreates, he or she. Their children born, they take care of the children at a certain moment, and then eventually they leave the body, which is the same for human being. And Prabhupada used to say, we just do it in a better facility. They do it on the street. That is the commonality that we have. So once it is important that to answer that question for ourselves, we have to see what is common between me and the animals. And if I believe I am a better being than an animal, then there has to be something beyond those. And what is beyond that is my jigyasa. Atotho Brahma jigyasa. Srila Vyasadeva, another book he wrote was Brahma Sutra. And those of us who are aspirants for Vedic knowledge, there are three things that we study. Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, and the end of Vedic portions, Vedanta. Three things we study. Out of three, two are written by Srila Vyasadeva. So there one of Brahma Sutra is Athodho Brahma Jigyasa. Now is the time to know the God. Now is to know who you are. Now it's time for you to see all these commonalities are not meant for you. They will happen automatically for you. They are designed. You will be born, you will get married, you will raise children, you will get food, eventually you will pass away from this world. All of that is common with animals. But now, Brahma Jigyasa, now it's time for you to find out who it is I am in the first place. Who am I? Am I Mr. So-and-so, Dr. So-and-so? Or am I beyond that? So I see from my eyes, but who is seeing? My eyes are not seeing. I see from my eyes, but do my eyes know who I am seeing? I hear from my ears. Is it my ears that are hearing? Or they are just the instrument? So I got this body, which is nothing but set of instruments, apparatus. Those of us who come from scientific background. These are some apparatuses that are being provided to us to perceive, interact with the world. But who am I in the first place? There must be something different from the one that is seeing. Like one of the logic they give is, you are not what you see. You see something, I'm seeing this book. Therefore, this book is different from me. They cannot be same. Because I'm seeing this book, therefore, there is thing called a book and there is thing called me. Same way you can apply the logic to yourself. I am not the one who see. I'm not the one what I'm seeing. The world that is full of objects, forms, shapes, and names, I am not that. I'm beyond that. What I am, I'm a part and parcel of Krishna, and I am that Atma, which is part of Paramatma, and I have to realize that part of me, that I am the Atma, Satchidananda Atma Aham. So that is the purpose of life, is to realize I am different from animals, I'm superior from animals, I'm superior from the rest of the creation. And the purpose I'm given this human birth is not to just sort of born and then always looking for better arrangements. Let me go there, that will be better. Let me do that job, which will be better. Go to that company, which is better. Do that occupation, better. Go to that country, even better. All the time I'm making those arrangements. But who is it that will benefit from that? Who is benefiting from them? That is what I have to question myself. And then realize, if I'm beyond that, then how do I realize that? And that is, in one way, Krishna is saying here, that you realize through your mana, buddhi, through your actions, that it is you're part of me, that it is you're part and parcel of me. So the purpose is to figure that out, who it is I am. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji. What? Say it again. Yes. Okay. Now it's a little bit of contextual question. Animal sacrifice in Vedic times, they have a system whereby in certain yajnas, you realize in the Vedic times, we did not have the deity worship. The kind of a worship they did was sacrifices, fire sacrifices, yajnas. So actually the 80% of the Vedas, it talks about the yajnas, sacrifices. This sacrifice, that sacrifice, so many sacrifices. That's what they occupied themselves in. Some of them, there was an animal sacrifice also. Now, that was the time that when they were doing that animal sacrifice, for instance, they were sacrificing a goat. They have so much power that once they have they have sacrificed that animal in the fire sacrifice, after some time, that same animal will be reborn with a better life. And they can do that all the way. So that system was there, that they have so much power through the mantras, they can do this miracle, that to us will be a miracle. So yes, they are there. Many times, and it's not in all of the yajnas, very few yajnas. Many people get confused that, like Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, once one of his argument against Vedic wisdom was, why are you killing animals? Paradoxically, Prabhupada also says, no, the same people eat meat now. So that was there in certain sacrifices as prescribed in the Vedas. They were not doing it arbitrarily. They are not doing, well, let me kill this animal, and after I will, in some way, I'm offering to God, and then I will eat the meat. So this is my opportunity to eat the meat. No. Certain places, certain yajnas, they have to do that. Vedas prescribe, they did it. And by the power of the mantras, they get the animal come back again with a better body. You're asking what it is Krishna said about this. Krishna didn't say anything directly. But realize the knowledge in Gita, what Krishna is giving here is not any new knowledge. A lot of people get a little confused. They think, well, this Krishna, 700 verses, he has given us this knowledge, and now we don't have to do anything with the Vedas, which is a totally ridiculous idea. All of the knowledge that Krishna is presenting here actually coming from Vedas. And some of the shlokas I recited in the beginning, I didn't recite them all. But in one of them, he says, Krishna is that entity who is milking the Vedas for Arjuna. So milk is, after all these processes have happened, it is the purest form, the succinct teaching of Vedas that Krishna is prescribing. Many of the shlokas actually come from Vedas. If you read Kathopanishad, very famous Upanishad, small book, but you find many of the mantras literally are there. The same mantras are being repeated in Vedas. So Krishna the purpose is not to sort of reject Vedas. This is a succinct summary in a time which is very stressful. The world war has to begin, and here is this hero who has suddenly decided to quit and take sannyas, and he has somehow, his job is to make him shake up and stand up and put his man and buddhi in his feet and do the fight. So that's what we can say on that. Yes, Prabhuji.
I was hearing your next lecture group talk about Yudhya but in his relation to animal sacrifice, I was hearing Shri Prabhupada saying, quoting Shri Shastra, that it says there's certain things that are forbidden in Kali Yuga. Ashwamedha, the Ashwamedha sacrifice, sacrificing birds, these are forbidden. And also there's a Shastra anywhere, the first line where it says, Yudhya and Trita, Jayatmati, Dwarkadhish, Paricha, Jaya, Kalu, Hari. So the sacrifice for this age is Hari Kirtan, the chanting of the holy names. That is the way to become self-realized. And if you do Yudhya, like in Trita Yuga, that's also nice, but it's not really, we don't have Yudhya Brahman to perform the mantra exactly correctly. So for us, it's Hari Kirtan.
No, thank you. Very correct. According to the age, the intellect, intelligence is there in human beings. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is short. Vedas say 100 years, but to attain 100 years even difficult for most of us. Maybe Krishna's mercy that we will live up to 100 years, but most of us will pass away earlier than that. So we don't have duration of life. We don't have the proper ingredients, the kind of ingredients I was just mentioning to you, Katho Upanishad. Yamaraj is prescribing a yajna, and in that he is prescribing even the dimensions of what should be the dimension, what should be the length and the breadth and the so forth and depth of the kunda. So, and then mantra, as you said, how to recite the mantras properly. Through the mantras, they will bring fire. They will manifest fire just by chanting the mantra. They don't need a match or a lighter. Just they recited mantras on Agni Dev, and then the fire will come. So we don't have facility in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, only thing we need is chanting the mantra, doing Hari Kirtan, reading the scriptures, and then our life is successful. So that is the yajna for this age. Okay, I think 6 o'clock, and Prabhuji, I take your permission. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Vita Vanasi Vedam